Hi, I'm Christian, and I've come to the conclusion after about a year and a month of concentrated effort that I am not likely to find a job via LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Indeed, or any of the other job platforms. I don't feel seen. I do, however, see you. And if I'm having this problem, I'm sure my peers are too. So I'd like to help solve this problem for myself and other producers and production staff. To do that, I've created a email group called Checking Avail. Now, the too long don't read of this is if you're a line, post, VFX, agency, client, executive producer, or a head of production, production manager, coordinator, or any other member of a production staff, Checking Avail is a place to share and receive information that could lead to employment for yourself or others, and not just traditional production gigs. The idea here is to be creative and keep people working wherever they can be effective. We are a community of creative problem solvers who know how to execute in uncertainty, and our skill sets are valuable across the business spectrum. I've been an independent short format music video and brand storytelling producer for 20 years. And like other producers, made my bones the same way. We learned the craft of filmmaking by doing it. And on top of that, we learned how to arbitrate the politics of creative brand storytelling. And on top of that, carefully arbitrated creative, agreed to in pre-production, we oversee the execution on a live set with hundreds of thousands of dollars of valuable client money on the line. And we do all this on a freelance basis. We committed to learning this trade without the guarantee of a yearly salary or any form of contract, frankly. And for this freelance availability, we were compensated well in terms of day rate. Now, if any part of that agreed upon creative was not captured, delivered, or over budget, the buck stopped with one person, the producer. Our jobs came from word of mouth. Some of us permalance with a director or company for years, do a good job on a project, and that production company, agency, or brand will hire you again. It used to be simple, and it's not anymore. So let's adapt together. A little more than a year ago, I recognized my personal employment problem, and as a longtime freelancer, I'd had my share of slowdowns. My skin was thick. I knew how to buckle down, find work, but this was different and echoed off every collaborator in the creative production sphere that I know. Money was no longer upstream of us. The CMOs directed funds elsewhere, and to be honest, it's not going to suddenly come back. These changes are structural, not seasonal. I've absolutely no idea if the work is coming back to support all these producers and the greater production communities who make their living as freelancers in the New York and LA markets. It's not straightforward to communicate our skill set to people who are not familiar with our world. I'd like to change that to the extent I can and help as many people in a similar situation as possible. The only thing I'm 100% sure of is the projects of the next 20 years are not going to look like the projects of the past 20 years. And I love that. So join the Checking Avail job list and let's work together to find out what the future looks like. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.